Hey, this is Jack at TC3. Today we're going to remove a front bumper cover on a 2008 Chevrolet Malibu. The procedure will be the same for a 08 through 2012 Malibu. Okay, there are 10mm bolts that need to come out, 2 on each side. We need to remove this panel, cover shield panel, from above the bumper cover. And there's 4 that go across here, and 2 more that attach to the other bumper right here. You'll have to take these out to get this panel off. There's 2 more in the front, and then there's a bunch of push clips that will need to come out as well. They actually screw in with a Phillips head screw. And here they are. So you're going to back these screws out. Then you're just going to pry these little push retainers up. Like so. I actually use this tool. It's kind of a roofing pry bar, but it works great for a lot of things on cars. And then that should just lift out like that. Okay, there's some more fasteners. You see these 3, they're on the inside of the fender well here. And 1 up on the top on the inside. And if you can see that hole, there's a 10mm bolt that attaches your front bumper cover to your front fender. You have to get that out. I'll show you that in a little bit. So now you're just going to pry these fasteners off. Try not to scratch your paint right here because you're up against your fender. And they're just plastic. They'll come out for you pretty easy. Okay, that hole that goes straight up like that, you just put a 10mm through there. You have to get that out in order to get that front bumper cover off. You don't really see it. There's just a hole and you stick the 10mm up and it'll go right on it. Okay, we're just going to repeat the procedure on the other side. Take these 3 clips out. Now the one up on the top, these come out a little easier because they go from plastic into plastic. But the one up on the top in the inside is it goes through metal, so you got to work at it a little harder to get it out. That's what I'm going after now. Oh, by the way, if you can just take your steering wheel and turn your tire all the way one way or the other, it'll get the tire out of the way for you to do that. Now you'll need a 7mm. There's a whole bunch of 7mm screws that go in that attach this bottom air cover to your front bumper cover. So you're just going to go all the way across and just keep hacking. There will be 2 push-in type plastic retainers, one on the right and one on the left side. You'll need to pull them off as well. Now your front bumper cover, you're going to pull this up just like that. It like snaps into place, and do that on both sides. And then your front bumper cover on the side by your fender, you're going to kind of pull that out and down and back. Be careful here. This is where you can scratch your paint job. So just take a second and be careful with it. And you're going to do the same exact thing on the other side. There we go. Okay, and after you have all them pulled out, this should pull off. Just a quick note, if you have fog lights, you need to unplug them before you pull the front bumper cover off. So I don't, so I did not have to do that step. So I'm going to pull this loose here. There we go. And I'm just kind of hanging on to it. I'm just not going to let it crash down to the ground there. And that's about it. It's not that bad to do. And there it is, off the car. So again, if you have the fog lights, don't forget to unplug them, or it's just gonna come as a leaf blowout area. So just blow the crap out of that. Yeah, this is an unnecessary step, but I decided to put a little dressing and cleaner on this one panel. It's not like it's a show car or anything, but you know, this will probably be the only time this panel's actually clean and shiny. So if I'm going to put this back on, just very carefully bring it back to your car, and be careful that the edges aren't just flapping all over the place, so don't scratch the paint, because this is probably the spot where you're going to do damage if you're going to do it. If you have an extra set of hands, an extra person there, this would be a good time to use them. I didn't, so I'm just kind of doing it myself. I'm not in a big rush here, so I'll put this back together and try not to damage anything. I tuck this in under the headlight and alongside of the front fender, and also slip it inside of the fender well, so it's all in the right order. And just do the same thing on the other side. You're reassembling, you're just really just going to do everything the opposite order you did when you took it apart. That's pretty much anything you take apart. And get down underneath here and put all your 7mm self-tapping screws back in. Put all your retainer clips back in, the one on the inside, if you can see that. Yeah, right there. And you could see that hole briefly, and you're going to put your 10mm in there. That really gives it a lot of strength. That one's got to go back in. Well, they all got to go back in, but if you're ever going to skip one, don't skip that one. And I'll put all my 10mm bolts back in this. Okay, even on the lowest setting for the clutch, this is probably a little bit strong for this job, but it didn't damage anything. So, and you're going to push retainers back in, and that's about it. You can remove and replace that. You probably do that in about a half hour. Anyway, thank you for watching. Good luck with that.